Hey everyone, welcome back. Today I want to talk about something that affects most of us, but rarely gets discussed honestly: wage slavery. Now, I know that term sounds dramatic, but hear me out. Wage slavery refers to a situation where people are entirely dependent on their income to survive, with little to no bargaining power, trapped in a cycle where they can't afford to stop working, even if the conditions are poor or the pay is barely enough to get by. Think about it. For millions of people, missing just one or two paychecks means potential homelessness, hunger, or medical crisis. That's not freedom, that's dependence. And when you're that dependent, you can't truly negotiate. You can't say no to unpaid overtime. You can't refuse degrading treatment. You can't walk away from a toxic workplace, because walking away might mean losing everything. The system is designed this way. Wages have stagnated for decades while the cost of housing, healthcare, and education has skyrocketed. The average worker today has far less purchasing power than their parents did, despite being more productive than ever. Where does that extra productivity go? Straight to the top. CEO compensation has increased by over 900% since the 1970s, while worker pay has barely budged. And here's the thing that really gets me. We're told this is just how it works, that if you work hard enough, you'll get ahead. But the reality is that hard work often just keeps you afloat. You work 40, 50, 60 hours a week, and at the end of the month, you're back to zero. No savings, no security, just enough to do it all over again next month. This isn't about being lazy or entitled. This is about a fundamental imbalance of power. When someone controls your ability to feed yourself and keep a roof over your head, they control you. And that control gets used. It gets used to keep wages low, to prevent unionization, to eliminate benefits, to normalize the grind. The most insidious part? We've internalized it. We feel guilty for taking sick days. We apologize for needing time off. We compete with each other for scraps instead of questioning why there are only scraps to begin with. We've been conditioned to see our worth through our productivity, our value through our output, our identity through our job title. But it doesn't have to be this way. Other countries have figured out better models. Stronger worker protections, universal health care that isn't tied to employment, living wages that actually reflect the cost of living. These aren't fantasy ideas. They're working realities in many places. The first step to changing this is recognizing it for what it is. You're not failing because you're struggling. The system is designed to keep you struggling. Once we stop blaming ourselves and start looking at the structure itself, we can begin to demand better. Collectively, because that's the only way this changes. Anyway, that's what's been on my mind. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Do you feel trapped by your job? Do you think the term wage slavery is too extreme, or does it resonate? I want to hear from you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.